Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of Cedarfield. Thank you for tuning into our live chat here on January 8th at 3 o'clock. Today should be very short, just about 15 minutes. On the agenda here is simply yours truly, talking a little bit about our current situation here as of this date. And I have some great news to share about COVID-19 vaccination rollout. And then if anyone has any questions, feel free to call this or text this number, as you see here to the left of the screen, and or you may email as well at mshaw@pinnacleliving.org, and we'll answer any and all the questions that come in today here before we leave. So the current situation with our state and local regions 7-day positivity rate in the state of Virginia, here as of January 8th, we sit at a 16.4%, which is just about the same, a slight decrease from Wednesday. Central Virginia is at 21.2, and that is an increase of almost 2 percentage points from Wednesday. Wednesday we were at 19.2. Henrico County is at 15.2, which is a increase of 2%, just about 2% from Wednesday, where Henrico is at 13.5. Richmond City is up slightly from 12.0 to 12.4, and Chesterfield is at 16.3. It was 16.3 on Wednesday, and currently we are at 17.1. Interestingly, I've received 4 texts over the last 48 hours about why do we include Chesterfield in this 7-day positivity rate. And answer is quite simple. Many of our team members come across the river to come work here at Cedarfield, and many of those individuals watch this live chat as a video when they get home at night. And so that is the primary driver for including Chesterfield. So those are our 7-day positivity rates. Things are continuing to increase. We were talking with the Virginia Department of Health on Wednesday and yesterday, and again, epidemiologists have suggested that given the data that is at their fingertips, that we can expect to see these 7-day positivity rates increase and continue to increase every day all the way through Valentine's Day. And so a little bit more about that during the bottom out briefing here to talk about what we can do better. Here at Cedarfield, things have changed in the last 48 hours. And I'll start with our healthcare area. So our health center is divided into 3 neighborhoods, north, central, and south. So in our north neighborhood, we have a positive case with a particular resident. In our central neighborhood, we have 2 positive COVID cases with residents. And in our south neighborhood, we have 1 team member that is positive. We additionally, in the healthcare area, have 2 other team members that have signs and symptoms of COVID-19, and there are 5 residents that are under quarantine because they went out over the last holiday, Christmas into New Year's. And so the healthcare area is We call that a red dashboard. And when we received those 2 positives on Wednesday, actually Tuesday night, we began the process of testing every resident and team member, and we did that yesterday. Everyone that lives and or works north, central, or south, and those tests are coming in not as quickly as we like. As of 1 o'clock this afternoon, we only received about 40% of those tests back from GenetWorks. And so as a result of that, those tests that we performed yesterday, that's how we had these 2 additional tests or positives pop up. And so healthcare area is a red dashboard at this point. Assisted living, which is the 3rd floor here on the license side, is the dashboard is green. There are no residents, no team members with signs or symptoms, no tests are pending, or no positive cases. And that is the same for our memory support area. Sunshine Plaza is also green. There are no residents or team members that have any signs or symptoms, and no tests that are pending. In independent living, the main building here, the residents that live in the main building, our dashboard is green at this point for residents and or team members who work in and around the main building. For folks that live in the cottages, our dashboard is, I call it lime green. We're trending towards yellow. In the middle of the week, we had 2 residents that were positive and 1 team member that was positive. We now have 5, a combination of residents or team members that are showing some signs and symptoms. We have some tests that are out there that are pending, and we have 1 additional resident that is under quarantine for a couple of reasons. So the cottage area is trending, for some reason the cottages are trending in a lime green yellow dashboard. So we have contact traced every positive case or every resident or team member who is exhibiting signs and symptoms, and the team is actually still working on some of that contact tracing to understand if there is any other potential exposure even before we get tests back from folks that are exhibiting some signs and symptoms, so that we can get ahead of it a little bit. So if anyone has any questions about this rollout or our dashboard, please feel free to call down to the administration suite, and we will answer any and all of your questions just as soon as we can. Some good news. I have some really great news, not good news. So Matt Dameron, who is our lead here at the community of working with the Walgreens representative to schedule our vaccine. We got word last night that Walgreens is coming to Cedarfield for independent living. And so on January 22nd, Walgreens will be here. They did schedule with us earlier in the week to be here on the 22nd for assisted living residents and memory support residents. And so they are also gearing up on the January 22nd to come here in the fellowship hall and facilitate a clinic for every resident that lives in the main building and every resident that lives in the cottages. So can I get an amen? Amen. I can hear it echoing throughout 100 acres here. So great news. Thank you, Matt Dameron, for being an advocate for people that live here. And working within the confines of what Walgreens and CDC have a contract with, but yet listening to the governor on Wednesday, taking a lot of that information and really working with this Walgreens representative to make this happen on January 22nd. So that'll be the first dose. Rather than relay a lot of different dates, because there's many dates now that we have of Walgreens being on site. What we're going to do on Monday, we will publish a memo that explains all the dates that Walgreens will be here. When Walgreens sets up a clinic, they have 3 different dates per clinic that they come to the community for the first dose and the second dose, and then anyone that may have missed the first visit, giving those folks an opportunity to get their first dose at a later date. So there's many moving parts to the dates, but essentially Walgreens will be here 6 different times over the next 30 days. And so we're going to try to make it a meaningful, simple to read memo so everyone can understand what dates they're here and why they're here. But mark your calendars, those of you that live in the cottages, or those of you that live in the main building, those of you that live in assisted living, and the residents that live in memory support. All of those vaccines will be facilitated on the first dose on January 22nd. A mere 13 days away. The countdown is on. They will be here next week, as they said last week, so they'll be here on January 14th, next Thursday, to facilitate the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine for the residents that live in healthcare and all the team members who have signed up for the vaccination through the vaccination administration record. There's a lot of details that we have to gear up for here in the next 2 weeks, so I appreciate your patience. And really at this point, there is no question that is, if there's any questions that people have, please feel free to reach out. The more that you have your questions answered, the more that we're all equipped about and have the confidence of what's going to happen on the 14th and the 22nd. We're going to use memo format, that call them all feature, and posting things on our Touchtown account and our website to hopefully give people enough different modes of communication to see how we're going to roll out this vaccine on these 2 particular days. So, as I said in the beginning of the week, or maybe late last week, this is a day of celebration. And so you will see a lot of cheer, a lot of color, and especially this week coming up, we will have banners here in and around Fellowship Hall. There will be things out on Three Chop Road to celebrate the fact that the vaccine is here and welcoming Walgreens. And again, it's all meant to not vaccine shame anybody who does not want to receive it. It's more to celebrate the fact that medical science has reached Cedarfield in less than a year. And the only way around this pandemic is that we get 70% or more people who live and work here so that we can have herd immunity and then we can begin the process of getting back to some level of normalcy. And so that's you'll start to see some of that being rolled out here in the beginning of the week. Great news, January 22nd. Okay, last thing on my agenda is to answer any questions that come in. I don't see, let me check my email real quick. One question that came in through email is, what are the details of the rolling out the vaccine on the 22nd? What time will I be scheduled to come? We are going to partner with Walgreens is in charge of this clinic, as they call it, and we are taking the lead from Walgreens to help us with the details of the clinic. And so the beginning of those details is from their perspective, and the first question I would ask them is, how many pharmacists are coming with them to actually facilitate the vaccine and the rollout, which will determine how many vaccines they can give an hour, etc. So all of those details, we are going to work with Walgreens on the beginning of the week, as they have many lessons learned through other clinics that they have performed this week at other nursing homes. And so we have a call scheduled with them on Monday to review the details of how they wish to facilitate the clinic here on January 14th. And so more details to come. Please be patient. We are going to try to make it as orderly as possible so that everyone can receive that vaccine in one day, which is their promise to us that they're going to come with enough people to knock out Cedarfield on the 22nd all in one day. Another question came in here. How do we know that Walgreens won't backpedal again? Your guess is as good as mine, whoever wrote this question. This is all new for people. This is all new for CDC. This is all new for Walgreens. And so they are just trying to adjust to the algorithm that they're being presented with from CDC. So I don't hold anything against Walgreens for backpedaling the first time. They are really trying their best to roll this out given the details they have in front of them from, like I said, the CDC. So let's all just hope and pray and keep everything crossed that this new date is our final date. Any other questions, Renee?
Thank you for leading the charge.
Oh, thank you. That's great. Okay, I don't see any other emails. Oh, one more email. Hold on. Let's see what this question is. That's not a question. That's more. Okay. Any other questions? Eddie, any questions? Any questions? No? Okay. All right, I hope that's all good news for you. I know it's great news for me, and I hope you all have a great Friday evening, a better weekend. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to email or text over the weekend, and we will answer your questions just as soon as we can. And we will go from there. Until then, we do plan. Oh, there was a change. That's right. One change from earlier in the week. So next week, if you're looking, those residents that are faithful Touchtown watchers on Channel 972, you may have seen a slide this week that says we're going to cancel the live chat on Wednesday, and that was because we have I thought I had a meeting scheduled that I would take precedent over a live chat, but that has changed. So next week, we're going to have a live chat Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 o'clock. And so those of you that use this time to receive information, please mark your calendars that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. I think it's a really important week to have these 3 live chats, so we can communicate about what we're doing to prepare for the January 14th Walgreens clinic, and then more information about helping residents help us prepare for the January 22nd clinic. So, thank you all. Have a great Friday evening and a better weekend, and we will talk with you soon. Thank you.